The Axopar 37 is a record-breaking vessel. With over 3,500 vessels now cruising the world and relaunching in 2019 with its Revolution range, this vessel has impressed everyone the world over. E-Yachts has imported over 100 of this model into Australia and New Zealand, which is testimony to their build quality, durability and versatility, all of which you'd expect from this market-leading brand. Today, we're on a 2024 37 cross cabin, and I'm joined by my colleague Russell here, the Axopar expert, to take a look through this boat in more detail as the latest and greatest in the Axopar 37 range.
We're going to take you through why this boat has been so successful. But first, Joe, why don't you take us through the hull?
Thank you, Russ. So while we're on the beach here, we'll have a look at the famous hull design that Axopar is renowned for. We've looked at this in previous videos, but as a bit of a recap, we've got at the bow the very sharp entry. It's a reverse bow designed for cutting the surface of the chop. This really takes out a lot of the impact when you are in choppy conditions, evening out the ride. This piece here, the stem of the vessel, is the longest part of the vessel. So this is coming into contact with the water first in order to slice through and maintain contact with the ocean. Just under halfway up the stem, the main chine on the bow here goes all the way forward. And as it goes back, it actually gets very deep. Coming back to 3 or 4 feet past the bow, it's about 6 to 7 inches deep. So this is catching a lot of the spray that would otherwise come up, sending it straight back down to the ocean. This also gives a lot of lift. If you do go into chop or into a wave, this catches the water and gives the bow lift in all conditions. The other main key feature of the Axopar hull is the twin stepped hull. These are steps in the hull which suck air in underneath, so the boat is riding on a layer of bubbles. This increases efficiency massively, making it a very fuel efficient vessel when at cruising speeds. Combination of all this setup and the deep V at the back makes for an amazing performing hull, which we'll have a look at shortly. Axopar are the pioneers in the adventure boat market, bringing over 10 years of experience, knowledge and history to this emerging new market. But Russell, can you tell me what exactly is an adventure boat?
An adventure boat is a boat that you can do any activity on board, like the Axopars with their roof racks. Put your SUPs on, your kayaks on, your skis on. You can do anything off this boat. The beauty of Axopar is it also takes you there the quickest way, the safest way and the most comfortable.
So Russ, can you tell us a little bit more about the new features that we see on the 2024 model Axopar 37?
No problem, Joe. So on this new 37, you can see there's a bit of a change in upholstery. You've got this beautiful finish. This is a standard sandstone. You've got the inserted cup holders and armrests. Makes you feel a bit more secure when you're driving along at a little bit of speed with a few passengers on a nice day. The other thing Axopar have done is they've changed the way their gull wings open. Joe, can you try and just open that?
There we go.
Everything from Axopar is designed for a reason. This is to step out of the way of the gull wings, and it's all flawless openings.
So why would you use this, Russ? What's the purpose of the gull wings?
The gull wing opens up the bow of the boat to the inside of the boat. You can be hanging out up the front, you can step down through to your toilet. You'd be hanging out the front, or you can go down, get into some shade and just have a nice breeze passing through.
Yeah.
You can get breeze through into the cabin by having these open on a hot day.
It does make it super light and super airy inside, so
exactly.
Very kid friendly as well. I've got a young, well, we both got young kids,
yeah.
And yeah, very safe and good place to nap the kids during the day.
Absolutely. The other advantage of this is that someone can access the forward cabin whilst the toilet's in use. As we're walking back to aft along the Axopar 37, you'll notice it's a good width to move around. You've got handholds everywhere. The gutter of the roof is actually another handhold. This is a safety feature. In a way, there's a bit of simplicity in design. Axopar give you everything you need on board the boat without complicating things. Another point coming back here is easy access to the cleats. Your passenger can help you out with his lines, and on the other side, the driver has immediate access to the cleats when tying up. So this Axopar 37 is fully set up for the fisherman. You've got your rod holders on the roof, a bait well tank down in the starboard aft, rod holders inset into the side rails of the boat, and the beautiful wet bar, your working space for your adventure out. So in the wet bar itself, you have a fully operational sink and a very deep chest fridge. Another beautiful safety feature of the wet bar is this very strong handhold.
We do have seats as well that can go across the back. This is a standard setup, so we've got rails here, again keeping people away from the engines, but if you have seats there, you obviously get 3 more seats. And then a new addition as well, Russ, the cushions on the fender lockers. So storage under here, but a nice cushion, really making this space a very usable area. And then the most important thing on any boat is storage, right? So what do we got in here, Russ? Should we open it up? Massive storage in there, nearly the full beam of the aft cockpit here, running quite far forward underneath. So you can get fishing rods, wakeboards, surf skis, whatever you want in there.
It's also important not to forget that you can put out shade cloths on both the bow and the stern. So you can be back here in the shade with your friends and family, which is perfect for Australia.
So I think that's it for the aft deck. Let's head inside, I'll follow you.
So as we come inside, plenty of seating. Up to 7 people can be sat around the table here. This is called the kitchenette option. You've got drawers to store all of your cutlery and plates. You've got a sink on top here as well. Good for picnic style eating on board, cleaning up your plates, that sort of thing. And under all of these seats, you have storage. It's a great place to keep your safety bag or anything else that needs to stay indoors on board.
It's important also to note that these seats can turn around. So if you do not have the kitchen module and you have the standard table, then both of these can turn around. You've got nice leg room and it's a really social event going on in the back of the cockpit there. It's also worth pointing out that it's a beautiful sunny winter's day. So we are nice and shaded in here, but if you do want more sun, then you can obviously open the sun top, and that's where it really becomes a crossover cabin, the cross cabin.
Forward, one further feature to point out to you guys is the fridge. That, along with the fridge in the wet bar, you've got plenty of space to keep food and drink on board to keep everyone entertained.
Okay, so moving into the helm station, this is where all the action happens. We have most of the technology on board. We have looked through this on previous videos, but just to recap, we have a very ergonomic, safe and secure helm position. I'm standing here against a bolster on the seat. The bolster does come down and I can sit, and there is a footrail there. So I'm bracing myself with my feet, and I've got either 1 or 2 hands on the adjustable wheel and a hand on the throttles here. I'm certainly not reaching forward to the throttles. The seat does slide forward as well. You'll notice me sitting a bit further forward on the seat, but it does slide forward, so I can sit against it and reach all the gear. In terms of navigation gear, there are a couple of options. So you can do a single 12-inch plotter, twin 12-inch plotters, or a single Simrad glass helm display. Now this looks really clean and keeps the dash nice and tidy. Other things to point out here is that we have everything we need and nothing we don't need. We've got all the running lights here, easy to access, and then all my auxiliaries, window wipers, bilge pumps, horn, etc. all push button and very simple, easy to use. Bow thruster here and trim tabs, along with a bow thruster remote and anchor winch remote located just here, which I can take with me when I go to do the anchoring maneuvers. VHF radio down here, searchlight control here, and of course my switch for the sunroof. Before we leave the helm station, the most important thing on any boat is accessibility and visibility, especially if you're a skipper, if you have a young family on board, or friends who are not that boat savvy. So from this position at the helm station, I can easily reach the rail. I've got my hand on the wheel, hand on the throttles, and I can touch that midships cleat. That's essential for safely parking a boat, especially in a crosswind. Also, from just standing outside here, I can see down the side of the boat. I can almost see the anchor chain. In fact, I can see the anchor chain, so I know if it's going up or down or slipping, and I can still have full control on everything I need. Also, parking alongside of the fuel dock, the fuel filler is right here, so you're not jumping all over the boat trying to maneuver, get the boat set up for fueling. I can see all 3 corners here from where I'm positioned close to the helm station, so again, really important for maneuvering, especially into a tight berth. The left-hand side of the dash is made up of an access door into the forward cabin. Russ, maybe if I open it up, can you go down, show us through?
Absolutely.
So there's a sliding door at the bottom and a lifting dash door up the top.
So stepping down, you do have good head height. And I'm just going to open up here our bathroom. Now the toilet here is an electric flush with fresh water. And just up here, you won't be able to see from where you are, you have your full fuse board. It's very simple to access. If anything ever doesn't work on board, that's the first place you're going to be checking. Closing off this 2-partition door. On the port side, you also have a shower behind this side as an option. And if you are showering down here, the shower door opens this way, the toilet door opens that way, which creates a watertight room to take a shower in. So coming forward into the bow cabin, you'll see that it's very light with the gull wings open. Now you do have the cushion on top, so when you have them closed, today it would be dark, but if you take that cushion off and stow it away, you have light through the windows up top as well. Nice comfortable seat here on both sides. Nice place to get out from the sun on those hot days. And also a very good length bed here. Just gonna show you the full length. I've got plenty of room above my head, very comfortable for 2 people next to me. Just as I'm sat here, I'm getting a really nice breeze through these gull wing doors. But when you do have to close it up, you also have ventilation through the porthole here. Some smaller features on board the boat, you've got cup holders on either side. Just recessed cup holders that stop them from sliding. Just behind here you have a socket to plug in your electronics. Speakers, this boat has the option to have speakers down in the cabin, so you get great sound down here of an evening. And also, just these ergonomic steps to come back out onto deck. It's very well made. So it's a beautiful day today. I think Joe is already getting itchy feet, so let's take this boat for a test drive. This one has the new Mercury V10 350s, so it should be pretty punchy. We're going to do some cornering and we're going to take her up to speed on these new engines.
I reckon we're seeing waves of about 3 meters here. We are going directly into the swells. I reckon we're getting up to about 4.5 for us. What can you say? You know, we're really in the trough. Yeah. All we can see is water. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more, do like and subscribe, and to see more of this kind of stuff from Russell and I.